Pitching, just again, Herbert Holtz and then Drew Nelson was that's the guy you kind of thought you were going to see early in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what we believe is what we saw today, and you stay after it. I'll say it again: players are allowed to get better. If you keep encouraging them, if you give them tough love, and then you give them a chance to circle back around. I thought Alsop did that for us to begin this series, and I thought Drew Nelson did that at the back end of the series. He threw 40 pitches, and 30 of them were strikes, 3 pitches for strikes, and did a nice job. And Herbert Holtz, he fought through 5 innings. I thought we were able to take him and Vail right to the end of their outing, and best offense in America could absolutely have just not allowed that to happen, but they were able to both finish their frames, and I thought that was huge to today and yesterday of them just doing a nice job. So Drew Nelson, I'm excited for him. He's done that a couple of times in the non-conference, but that's the first time he's really stood up with a dominating performance since 3 innings and 1 hit, and really contributing something to us. And as you can tell, coming out of South Carolina, I really was going to try to throw the fresher guy as opposed to bringing guys back a second time. And when I say moderate growth, it can still be in that category, but moderate growth and not having to have 2 appearances by multiple guys, I think is huge. Small, but an incremental step of getting better.
But two guys hit that home run on the 3rd pitch of the game. How much did it mean to you guys to come back and answer with 6 runs and have those great plate appearances, getting those, 5-6 walks there in the first?
Yeah, just huge. And that's what you're looking for. I think that Sundays and the way our game 3s have been the entire year, you are just stay in the fight to get a different script. And I think I sat here last night and talked about, I think both teams are sincerely interested in the start. And of course, that was not the best start in the world. But I just thought it was different. I think 3 runs on Friday matched LSU's lowest output of the season. And then I think we bested it today. That's not a word, but we did better with that today. And 2 runs, and that's the lowest run score I think they've had this year. I'm tickled to death with the guys' resilience. I didn't notice our walks. We've talked about our walks and free bases all year, and I know we still had some. We had 2 today. I know we had 5 or 6 yesterday. I don't see them as much when they're competing like that. When they're that aggressive and shoving in the strike zone, and even Drew, there was some hard contact, and if the wind is a different way, maybe a couple more home runs, but we made the opponent have to earn things more. And even our walks were more of there's different classifications of walk. There's non-competitive, and there's absolutely, you're in the frame competing. The other fellas having good 2-strike approaches and fouling them off. I thought I saw that variety of more quality, and the opponent having to earn stuff against us this weekend.
Casey Howell, 2 out, 2 RBI triples. The second one wasn't on the 0-2 count.
I thought he's the reason why we were able to. Were they both with 2 outs? I know the second one was. They were both with 2 outs, and that was the distance created in a ball game to allow us to end it early. There's your alpha male. There's your 10th year senior. There's your heart and soul of a ball club, and when they swing the bat, you're like, oh man, he's doing great. I even saw it in the Game 1 defeat when him and Bobby Pierce run a long way from their spot, and they're going to do anything. I thought both of them could have caught the ball, and they're doing everything, showing that full investment. So Cason's doing an amazing job leading this ball club and keeping them going.
It's just the series as a whole. Two weekends in a row. Now 3 weekends you won it, but 2 weekends in a row against the top 2 or 3 opponent. Just what do you see now for your team? Just competing, is that key?
Yeah, I think that's a reflection thing. I see 2 more weekends. We did draw a line. Every time you draw a line, it don't mean it's just going to start working for you. But that is 3 series wins. I think that's 4 wins the last 2 weekends against top 3 teams in America. One's on the road, another one's at home. Significant, but when you're 5-10 in the first half, you got to draw a line and do something about it at some point. So 3 check marks, but there's a lot of work to do. I just want the same processes. I want the same mindset. I don't need more. That's when you get in trouble, when you start forcing the game, start thinking more. I want same. And that coaching staff, myself, and the players, the leaders, how do we stay the same and keep making sure that we're a process of an at bat that'll equal results and not get caught up so much in the results and take some confident moments achieved and keep applying that, keep working as pitchers, and just everything we do. Can we just keep the same mindset that we have now? And I don't need more. I need the same. This place where we're at right now is good enough to beat anybody in America. Therefore, we shouldn't be trying to go straight and grab something else, and we shouldn't be letting off the gas, and we shouldn't be patting ourselves on the back. We should be preparing for Tuesday, and that's kind of the mission that I'd be telling this ball club.
But Cooper McMurray had struggled in the last few games. You talking about not trying to do too much. You didn't try to do too much and came up with three big hits.
Yeah, and prior to maybe Sunday at South Carolina, I think what you're talking about, it was probably had carried us for ball games, helped us win a series, was good as anybody in America, was SEC Player of the Week. That's what this league does. It's incredible. I'm telling you, it's the best amateur baseball on earth, and people are watching. People are dissecting. These coaches are spending hours, and that's the deal. It's not whether you can perform. Cooper can perform. But this league adjusts, and it forces you to adjust. When you come back out that other side, it's huge, and he'll stay in this, and it'll help him grow as a ball player, help him grow as an elite player, if he'll just keep fighting. But I was glad to see him. I thought he hit that ball hard, and I think it hit the umpire, and I'm like, are we going to be able to even score on that ball? But it worked out, and he's hung in there, and that was a good swing for him to finish today.
Just to see, not only Drew, but Zach and Hayden both, three freshmen come out and have really good outings against, pretty much the best offense in the country. Just how exciting is that to see it with the young guys?
Yeah, I told them to make sure they're writing their notes down. Murphy's tried to get him a little bit shorter instead of being underneath everything. I thought he was shorter, got on top of the baseball a little bit more. And it's amazing how things can set if you just keep at it. Try to get everything deeper with Nelson. Everybody's got their one little thing that we've been searching like pinatas, trying to pin the tail on the donkey, and you finally got, really when you get it, it's simplistic, but sometimes it's a distracting, crazy journey that you're going to get there. And it seemed like a couple of things that they really worked on. And sometimes it's only that one thing. The key is sometimes, what is that one thing that's going to help us? And I don't just think it's a mechanical thing. I'm not wired that way, but it's one thought of always chasing one thing to make things better. But then what I see is I just see that competitive spirit there instead of just that glassy hollowness of like, I'm not really comfortable yet. I'm seeing some confidence. I'm seeing some attacking. I'm seeing some more trying to get strike one. I'm just seeing some more freedom. I'm seeing something moving toward autopilot, if you will, and things are getting simpler and they're getting more competitive, and they'll still have their challenges, but I'm absolutely seeing growth.
Good.
Yeah.